When the world is disrupted, your influence is the first casualty. Leaders are struggling to engage their teams. People feel they don't have a voice, and there's the extreme pressure of being thrust into the spotlight of a crisis on a very public stage.
Hi, I'm Neryl East. With so much communication taking place online, how can leaders really have impact with those they need to influence, including their teams? How can they reach people in a way that shifts their thoughts, beliefs, and actions? Well, that's where I come in. It's not enough just to communicate. Whether you're a world leader, a team leader, or a parent, it's time to ignite your influence.
Dr. Neryl East is a communications expert. Thanks for being on the program, Doctor.
You're welcome. Great to be here.
Neryl East is a communications expert and author and joins me now. Neryl, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me on the program.
In my presentations and workshops, I show leaders how to be heard, to stand out and to command influence, whether they're talking to someone in the same room or on the other side of the globe. So Jacinda Ardern understands what I call the duality of influence. It's yin and yang. There are two equal sides to it, and you need both of these qualities in equal measure.
The reality is that you are operating now in a reputation-driven economy, where how people perceive you and your business and your events and what they then pass on to others is actually more important than what you think you do.
Communication and influence are critical skills for every leader. In my keynotes and workshops, I take people from being ineffective in their communication to compelling, clear, and influential. And it's not all serious. We have a lot of fun along the way.
So going into a conversation or a meeting or a presentation, have an intention for what the outcome is going to be. You're not necessarily going to get it every time, but just having that picture, again, is going to give you inspiration. It's going to make you walk taller. It's going to change your body language, your tone of voice, your words, and the other people in that conversation will bounce off that.
As Hugh Mackay says, it's the message people take away, not the message we send, that determines our success as a communicator. During a year of crisis like we've had, they're pushed to their limit. They're looking to you. They're looking to you, their trusted local voice, to make sense of it to them. And so what are you doing to make sure that you understand who you're talking to?
Those of you who've worked in the media will know that churning out stories is like churning out sausages. And so all your beautiful council content that you're feeding the media is really just filling for their sausages.
When the bottom fell out of the events industry and we went much more to online and hybrid events, I count myself as really fortunate because my background is in television. So I've got all those years of broadcast experience. That means that whether your event is in front of a live audience, and I've spoken before 20,000 people as an announcer at the Olympics, or if it's in a studio or a studio with a live audience, I've got a lot of experience across all those environments.
It's that quality of being able to connect, that I'm actually speaking to you as a person right now, rather than just happening to be standing in front of a device that's recording me speaking.
The audiences I speak to are really diverse, from the highest levels of government. In fact, I'm not even able to talk about those clients. We can't just have a Zoom meeting, we have to meet on secure video link. To leaders and teams in all types of organisations, from emergency services to early childhood educators, engineers, local councils, businesses, not-for-profits, and everything in between.
Trust, that's the number one thing that we need to be creating through the camera lens. And that can be a little more challenging when you don't have that whole of body communication experience to draw on. Would you agree?
You know, having influence starts with an outstanding reputation.
Focus on getting the inside of your business right, so your organisation's behaviour matches its values. I often refer to this as your business body language. So how about you? Is your world expanding or contracting? as you move through your life. Remember, you always have the choice to add new spice and flavours to it.
And my final tip is look at those two areas, character and competence, and decide which one of those you're going to build up to strengthen your influence. Because if you put those two together, people will only say amazing things about you. And that is how you ignite your influence.